her.
Me too. I love her. Like, I mean,
And
she's
she chose the other way. She chose life instead.
Looks like we got us another hit. Yep.
Before we get in trouble, it says here's the rundown of new California laws that will take effect in January 2023. This is interesting right here. So inmates can make free calls beginning January. State prisons, youth detention facilities, and city and county jails will be required to offer phone services to inmates free of charge. Senate Bill 1008 by Senator Josh Becker, Democrat San Mateo, prohibits government agencies from profiting on the provisions of communication services to inmates. I think that's a good thing.
bro. Hell yeah, bro. Do you know how much money they spend? Like, bro, it's got to be like insane, totally insane. What some people actually spend, and then you don't get much time on the phone. So, like, yeah. So
You got
yeah,
wives with husbands and they got their kids on the outside
yeah. Well, I mean,
and they make phone calls all the time. And that shit is
yeah.
like a whole nother bill that they have to pay.
Like some of them probably like some people. Some people are going broke at home, trying to stay in contact with their loved ones that's locked away for whatever reason. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like just trying to help them stay sane by being able to hear a voice from home, and they barely can afford to accept those calls. And I mean, shoot, the money that's being spent there should be able to go to a few extra meals. You know what I'm saying? Or so yeah, I
Something.
think I think that's a good. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely I think a good idea. All right, so let's hear what's the next one.
It says prosecutors can no longer use rap lyrics as evidence. Starting in the new year, courts will no longer be able to use a person's creative expressions, such as rap lyrics, against them in most criminal proceedings. Assembly Bill 2799 by Assemblyman Reggie Jones Sawyer, Democrat, Los Angeles, prevents prosecutors from using a creative expressions as character evidence against a defendant unless they can be tied to a specific crime or provides information otherwise not available to the public.
Hmm.
I like that one too.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, because I'm like this. If they stupid enough to rap about stuff that they actually doing, I mean, to me, like, look, just make it entertaining. Look, change the dates and events and whatever the name, like whatever. Do something. Like, still be creative to some extent. Like, I mean, it'd be good if you're just be an entertainer instead of doing, still living a criminal life. But I think that's also going to have to play a part into uh, them getting fair deals. You
Yeah,
know,
and the
these,
record labels not pushing them to make this kind of music. Because
yes,
I was watching a video about that. They were like, we make all these songs, but the record label picks up the songs where we talk about this stuff. 'Cause that's what they want.
yeah, no, yeah,
Um,
they get plenty of enjoyment out of our destruction.
and making money. So there
Oh
is a
yeah,
provision in there. It says, um, unless they can be tied to a specific crime or provides information otherwise not available to the public. So if you getting on your song and you're, singing about a specific ass crime that you did, with probably like the details of the person you killed and where it was at and all of that,
right?
like, yeah,
They should it'd be stupid not to, and that's the point that I think. I was listening to a radio show on it's a popular radio show. I'm not gonna say who he was, but they were talking about they do believe that those lyrics should be used, especially if they, like if this is gonna, you know, bring peace to a family, them knowing what happened to their family member that passed away, this, that, and the other, like, yes, they should use it. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty decent provision.
Yeah. Yes. Abortion, AB 2223. It protects a woman,
Yeah. Just woke up.
pregnant person who chooses to end a pregnancy from prosecution, even if the abortion is self induced or happens outside the medical system. It also abolishes the requirement that coroner investigates stillbirths and protects someone who helps a pregnant person and their pregnancy voluntarily from criminal or civil liability. Helps end their pregnancy. Yeah.
That could be dangerous, but I mean, hey, look, I'm in no position to try to control anybody's day to day. Um, but I think that will protect those who offer abortion services. So hopefully that, it can be done safely. However,
And I think that's the point of it. It says bereavement leave, AB 1949. It is illegal for employers for 5 or more employees to deny employees up to 5 days of unpaid bereavement leave upon the death of a family member, as long as the employee seeking leave was employed for at least 30 days before the commencement of leave, and for private employees, the employer have 5 or more employees. There are separate requirements for public employers. I think
I,
that's a good thing too. I mean,
I
surprised that that's not already a thing.
I'm not. I don't really understand what's.
They're saying 5 days of unpaid bereavement leave upon the death of a family member.
Ah,
So it is illegal
well,
for employers with 5 or more employees to deny employees up to 5 days of unpaid bereavement leave. So they can leave, but they're not getting paid, and they can't get in trouble for taking those 5 days.
gotcha.
But the company has to have at least 5 employees.
So, is there anything that says like that somebody who's really like really grieving people that's really close to them, to some form of help that's past the that's going past that 5 day period?
I don't know, but this would say that by law they got to at least give them 5 days. They don't have to pay them, but they got to get if they request for the time, they got to give it to them.
And still be able to keep their job. All
Right.
right. Hey, I mean, it's kind of tough to you have to even have that kind
Yeah,
of discussion.
that should already be a given. Last one, Doc. I don't know if you know what we was covering right here, but this was
California's